Good afternoon, everybody, and I'm pleased to welcome you to this webinar about Downdraft tables and the benefits. I will shortly introduce myself. I'm Adrien Bocha, business developer for Cement Industry, a leading manufacturer of aspiration tables and aspiration systems for the industry based in France. And in today's webinar, we are talking about Downdraft tables and the benefits, and how much it can benefit your organization, your workers, or the quality of your production. So in the first place, we are going to talk rapidly about what is Downdraft table. This is commonly the base captation at generating point system. You can compare it to other aspiration or filtration system like general ventilation or like a mobile arm, a mobile suction arm, but the Downdraft table has the great advantage of being a whole work area completely covered by air suction, and therefore that the particle can't escape of the work area. So this is maybe the main difference between Downdraft tables and other systems of aspiration and filtration, that all of the contaminant is generated on the work area, and all of the contaminants is sucked by the work table. So it's really adaptive to the piece's dimension. There is no problem in using a really huge load of batch or smaller ones, because there is always a captation of the contaminants by the table. So doing so, the Downdraft table gives you the best protection for the worker, not only the worker on this post, but all the workers on the plant, because the pollutants, the contaminants, is stuck into the Downdraft tables. And using this kind of tools, you can avoid wearing personal protection like masks in the whole plants, because you're covered from the beginning of the generating points of your contaminants. Aspiration table, a Downdraft table, can suck all kinds of particles. It could be gas, fumes, paints, chemicals, wooden parts, metallic parts, heavy components, even for the specific Downdraft tables, hazardous and explosive products such as magnesium. And this is a great advantage, because the only thing you have to do is adapt the filter to your components. And there it is. There is no more work to do to protect your area, to protect your worker. So I will quickly show you a small video about one of our Downdraft tables. And well, let's see together. So you can see here that even if the smoke is produced way long after the Downdraft table, there is no problem for the dust to be absorbed by the table. This is the main advantage compared to other systems. So let's go back to the presentation. As I was saying, and as you could say in the video, there is it's really adaptive to all kinds of particles, and even if the contaminant is produced way far away from the table, there is still an aspiration. That is not the common use and the good use of the machine, but this is just an example to show you that there is no problem of capturing all of the contaminants. We will see another really big advantage of the Downdraft tables compared to other systems. It's the two levels of filtrations that it has. So there is two filters, one more generic to say, and one more specific to ensure that all of the filters are really clean and the air that is going out of the machine is free of contaminants. So the smaller the particles, the higher the density and the risk. So that's the reason why the first filter, which is usually a F7 filter, is a little bit higher than the other one, and allows you to filtrate on average 80% of the particles higher than 0.4 micrometers. So with this system, there is only a few particles that are going after the first filter, which is the security for you that after the second filter, which is an absolute filter, HEPA, at least 99.97% of the particles are filtered by the machine. So this is the best filtering system that you can encounter in the market. And you will be sure that the air is really free of contaminants after passing through the mechanism. As you could see in the video, so these are the illustration of the machine you saw. This machine, these systems are really compact and autonomous. So you can avoid the contamination of other places by keeping the contaminants at the same place. You have a concentration of the contaminants in a safe and dedicated location, which is the Downdraft table, and there is no other way for the contaminant to go out. It's a single tip contamination, so in your working area, you're working on a single tip of materials, and you are assuring that your dust, that your fume that you are using and generating is from a single source, and you won't have a mix of two contaminants with the presence of other contaminants in the air. And therefore, you are sure that there is no risk of hazard of explosion, of fire, or chemical risk in the mixture that you could see in the general system of filtration. The sooner the higher, the better. It means that if you are keeping the contaminants at its generating points, you will allow the personnel to be free of the contaminants and the rest of the plants to be free of contaminants, and therefore you are making some really small risks for the rest of the plant. With this kind of Downdraft tables, it's really easy to change the layout of the workshop. So if one day you are using some materials in a specific area of your workshop, you could just, for example, bring your machine there, use it, and take the machine in another part if you need it for another process. So it's a really mobile system, which is way different from a captating arm. There are many options that you can put on your working station and Downdraft tables to make it more comfortable for the user. So the first one is the option up and down, which is the most ergonomic. So you can work sit or standing. You have an adaptative to your batch and to your worker. So if the worker is really tall, he can work in a specific situation. If he's smaller, he can work in another situation. So it's the main advantage of this is really ergonomic for the people who are working with the table. Another option is the lighting and visibility. So there are various ways of using it, but the LED or neon lights, which are mobiles, provide you a lighting in all of the working surface without any shade in the workspace. So if there is any small trace of contaminants on your piece, you will be able to find it and to clean it in the best way possible. Another option that you could put on your working tables and your Downdraft table with a difference from other systems is the possibility to put an active charcoal filters. So this kind of filters is the last one. It allows you to have no bad smell in the working area. It increases the lifespan of the other filters, and it prevents you from being in touch with the major allergens, and it increases the quality of the air. So it's another option that you can put on your Downdraft table, a system that you couldn't put in merge with other systems. Another option that we can see with this Downdraft table are the connecting tools. So there is a direct link between the machine and the tool. So it's really more adaptative. It's more lean management in the meaning that there is no waste of time looking for tools. They are already there. It could be pneumatic or electrical tools. It improves the autonomy of the working area. It's really adaptative, so you have your suction canal or your electrical tool and you put whatever tool you want. And it allows you to have no hose on the ground, so there is no risk for the operator to fall because of a cable that is on the ground. Another option is the material and size adaptability with lateral panels to adapt to the weight, size or materials of the piece you're working on. So there is a captation even for ID machine materials. All the parts are included in the work area, which is the main advantage of a Downdraft table. And the material, which is the support of the table, doesn't harm the parts of what you're working on. So it could be touched really with a real lot of force. It could be a really heavy material, and it won't be hurt by the machine. Another point, which is also to consider when installing a Downdraft table or an aspiration system, is how your system is protecting the whole plant from the danger of the contaminants. And with a working table, with a Downdraft table, you protect the other equipment from stopping because of the fume, because of the gases, because of the incendiary risks. You protect them from fire hazards. You increase the product and quality of your products. There is less maintenance time for this machine, but for all of the machines in the plant because of the absence of contaminants for the other machines. And it's another point that it protects the wall from the dirt or from the fumes that you are generating at this point. So for the value of your wall edifice, there is no risk with a Downdraft table, or less risk than with another system. It was a short interview for presenting you how a Downdraft table could be interesting for your filtration systems. And if you appear to be interested in Downdraft table, do not hesitate to contact us at Steve Industry. We'll be really glad to help you in selectioning your systems. Or you could just send us an email or go to our video website on YouTube or on our website, downdraftableSteven.com. And we'll be really glad to help you to make a selection for your equipment. Thank you and have a nice day.